two parts. One of them is actually in double speed because it shows some of the more problems we came across. And then the second part is real time. So let's just see some of it.
And this right here is the second floor of the JC. This is us setting up the cameras right beforehand. We've selected a couple different targets to show you how easy it is to go between targets. Right now we're going ahead and turn it on. One problem we had in this specific room, in the hallways next to the elevators, we had beautiful lighting conditions. As soon as it hit the other side, there were very heavy lights coming down from the top, which changed the hue and luminosity, and thus brought us out of tolerance. This is one of our earlier tests of the evening. Right now it's just having some fun tracking the remote control car and trying to keep it at that specified distance. We have it set up for 2 feet. And again, the bright overheads, as you go to the carpet area, started to confuse it.
Where's the vehicle guided from?
The vehicle is currently guided by Barack with remote control.
I know. I'm asking where's the vehicle guided from.
Yeah, that day definitely some difficulties. But as you can see, the ball starts falling off. But it's still chasing the ball nevertheless, not the car. Exactly.
At the beginning of the test, we had more problems with the robot behaving. At the end of the test, we had more problems with our control of the remote controlled car, which is why you see that in some of these videos, the ball is not quite centered anymore.
Yeah, and then we just closed the screen, because at the beginning I was driving the car, looking at the screen and looking at what the robot sees and if it's actually following the ball or tracking something else that it happens to see, and same thing with the ball. And now the second video is going to start in a second, and it actually has live audio in real time. What happened was I crashed the car into the wall and the ball just came off. So we start having fun with what this robot can actually do. And towards the end of it, you'll see that it starts catching actually people that were wearing shorts or walking by. We grabbed a lot of attention in the JC.
Call the ball. Go chase the ball. Come on, boy. Go. Go get it. Go get it. Get the ball. Get the ball. Yeah, good boy. Good boy.
On top of everything, I was wearing a red short.
With the ball?
That didn't help too much.
No. Don't all of them. You can see up at the top, we've got a couple of people in shorts under the bright lights. Watch the ball. Good boy. No. Leave them alone. There we go. Person probably thinks you're crazy. We're computer science majors. Everybody thinks we're crazy. It's a beautiful type of genius that we all
Don't leave them alone. No, there you go.
That's kind of big.
Yeah. Of course, they were all standing there watching this. They didn't help much.
Watch your shirt.
Yeah, we also had something in it to reacquire a target if it's lost.
Which is what it was doing right there.
Until it acquired Karen.
Now, of course, the challenges we had here, we're doing color blob tracking, not on one, but on 2 different cameras. The stereoscopic imaging really wasn't as bad as it looked like it could have been on paper. It's just some basic trig identities allowed us to get range. We just have to calibrate it every time because the cameras themselves tilt and pan in 3 different directions independent of the base. So every time we hit anything or move it around, a quarter of an inch off, a quarter of a degree or 2 off on one of the cameras will skew the range by 10, 20, 30 inches. So there were definitely a lot of major problems we had to surmount. Christopher and Troy know how tough this thing is to move even once we have all the information. And so it really was a beautiful project, and we're very happy to have been able to get this beautiful little boy to work.
So, quick question.
Sir.
Anybody else talks, full rank, right? So who is, what did you do? Did you buy 2 cameras, the same type of cameras, and just create a stereoscopic pair, or what did you do?
That's exactly what we did. I've got the Microsoft webcams. These are pretty cheap cameras. Excuse me. Sorry.
Yeah, we don't need that anymore.
These are pretty cheap cameras. I had one already. I purchased another one for my mom, which will be receiving this in the mail in another week. One of the beautiful things about this is that because they're made by Microsoft, they have all the the beautiful tie-ins with windows, and because they're both similar and have a nice face plate with a color guide across the top, it made it a lot easier for me to match up on a horizontal line to verify that they were pointed directly straight forward. Any skewing here would throw off the range information. So it was very fortunate I happened to have one. The second one made the stereo vision a lot easier than it could have been.
And we needed the stereo vision to know exactly where it is in the plane.
And there were a lot of problems with that too. As the object gets too close, then instead of seeing an offset with two different objects, as you get closer, the offset grows and grows up into the point where they disappear. Okay, it's completely overwhelming the cameras, at which point it sees no offset because the left edge of both is exactly at the left side of the screen. Something with no offset is equivalent to something at the horizon, which means that it went from 20 to 15 to 10 inches to about 1 million inches away. At which point our beautiful robot here gunned it, rolling over the car, taking the target off, and then burying this into the wall. I don't know if you can see here, but this isn't exactly a sphere anymore. It took us quite a while to chip off all the paint from the beautiful, beautiful project we had here. But, very good lesson.
So anyways, you know, this is another lesson. Recording bloopers actually helps the project.
We had plenty of opportunities.
If you had an opportunity to record, that would have been wonderful. I just want to say one more thing.
Yes,
This
sir.
is the previous, we had one successful vision project before, we have another one here. The previous successful project was done by some guy called Jake, which you might know, and so I'm happy now that you joined us today, sort of, select group. This was an excellent project.